let's start over. There always have to be technical glitches. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, welcome to the official draw of the WTC, the World Team Championships. We have been waiting for this for the entire year, and now this is the culmination of the wait. We are Contact Lost Podcast. I am Tomek, also known as Tweak. This is my co-host.
Michał, also known as Joker.
And we are in the Dragon Store in Gdynia. It's Thursday, 8 p.m. CEST. And we are about to do the draw. But before we do it, I know you all have been waiting very impatiently. This is like extremely hot. So I'll take this off. I'll explain this in a moment. But we know you all have been waiting for this for a very, very, very long time. So we will not make it unnecessarily long. However, there are a bunch of things that we would like to show you and to mention to you. The first thing that we want to mention, and the first thing that is extremely, extremely important, is the group of people that actually have made this possible. So our sponsors. Please have a look at the list of our amazing, amazing sponsors. We are not going to read them all out because the list is extremely long, but all those companies that you can see on the screen are helping to make this possible. It is looking like it's going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, WTC in history, or ETC previously in history. There are 36 teams this year that are going to participate in the event, so a massive, massive amount. And in a moment, we are about to draw the groups, and we will find out who will play against who in each of those groups. Joker, are you excited for this?
I am very much excited. I've always wanted to do a group draw like this, so this is probably as close as I have been to my dream of being a professional footballer or having anything to do with it. And obviously, we'll know who plays who for the first 2 days of the WTC, and it will be definitely exciting. The Discord is waiting for banter and chatting shit about other teams. So we're looking forward to that. However, I saw some people in the chat asking about the hat. So if you're asking about the hat, that means you haven't watched some of our WTC Creme de la Creme series, and shame on you to begin with. Second thing is, if you know us, then you know we love a comedy relief. Not sure if you guys needed it, but we definitely did here. So that's what it is.
Right. So to those of you who don't know what the hat is, Nathan, who used to, who was participating in that series with top 10 teams of the previous WTC, has always brought some bird jokes with him. He couldn't be here with us, so to honor him, we have the bird hat that I used in the last episode is going to sit here with us and represent Nathan and his sense of humor. Now,
so the hat has a name now.
Yes. That's Nathan. That's the spirit of Nathan. Say hi. So moving on. You have seen the names of sponsors. We will display them later. Before we go on to the actual group draw, I wanted to mention one thing. If you go to the description of this stream, could be on Contact Lost, could be on the WTC, you will see that there is a link, affiliation link provided by Best Coast Payrings. If you click on that, every player who clicks on that will get a 20% discount to use BCP products. So please follow that link. It helps BCP, it helps the WTC. Make sure that you use it. And now, before we move on to the actual draw, we wanted to present to you a word from our sponsors. So here it goes.
Gaming, then miniatures and paints. It's the friendships that emerge, the kinship that is created, and the community that brings us together at the table. That's why for 17 years, the Army Painter has donated millions of dollars in prize support to conventions, wargaming tournaments, paint and takes, and hobby events of all kinds. During the pandemic, we provided game stores and events with millions of bottles of hand sanitizer free to help get gamers and painters back to the table safely. That's because we're passionate gamers and hobbyists too. All Army Painter products are designed by gamers for gamers. Products that are high quality and affordable, user-friendly and accessible. Products that make painting more enjoyable, simpler, and help you to get more time for gaming. From the original Quick Shade Dip to our color primer sprays, war paints, airbrush range, industry-leading speed paint, and so much more. We design products that we want to use because we're playing and painting at the same tables you are. Whether we're chasing trophies, teaching seminars, or just letting our nerd flags fly, we love being a part of this community. We innovate and celebrate in equal measure because this community is better when we do it together.
All right, so the time has come for the most important element of the evening. Before we go to Joker explaining how the pods work, we just wanted to mention, as I said, this is looking like one of the biggest team events in history. We have a ton of sponsors, but we couldn't also go further without mentioning the fact that this is probably also going to be one of the most streamed WTCs in history. And that wouldn't be possible without the partners of the WTC, including ourselves, so Contact Lost, but also Wargames Live or Wargaming Live. So Joe, looking forward to meeting you at the event, and I think everyone is excited for that and having you over there. French Wargaming or French Wargaming Studio, who are also going to be there doing the stream in French. So make sure that you tune in to them if you want to listen in French. By the way, hello, French listeners. I know some French listeners are going to be watching this on another channel that is sharing our, let's say, stream. So, hi, guys.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Omelette de fromage. And then we also will have coverage by Target Priority, also herzlich willkommen, and Cobrador.
Hola.
If I'm pronouncing that correctly. So a Spanish stream as well for anyone who wants to tune in Spanish. So it's looking like a really well-covered event. We shall see. We will be there to make sure that we speak to all those people as well. But without further ado, Joker, can you explain to us how the pods, how the groups work?
Gladly. So what we're doing here is actually pretty simple. So we have 36 teams, despite the fact that an even number of teams signed up. So there were 34 teams, national teams, signed up to the event. 2 United Nations teams, otherwise known as Merc teams, have also been added to the roster, just so it's a number divisible by 4. So
one word about those teams. You'll see them in pod or basket number 4, and they are called UN1 and UNA. And you might be wondering, why is that? Why not UN1, UN2 or something like this? This is actually in an attempt to make everyone feel equal. Ishik told me that he was actually considering naming the teams Fighting Mongooses. And if you can figure out where this reference is from, 50 points go to you, virtual points. We don't actually have any power to give you points, but if you get that reference, awesome sauce. So there are going to be 2 UN teams. Sorry for the interruption. Go on.
No worries. So an interesting fact about the United Nations teams is that they both consist of, within the 8 players, 3 players from the same nation, Malta and Slovakia respectively. So we're really hoping that they become like full national teams next year. So there's hoping to that. Now then, 36 teams have been divided into 4 pots or baskets, depending on their average result from past 3 editions of the WTC. We've only had 1 edition of the WTC, so it's basically dependent on last year's results, with newcomers and the United Nations teams going into pot 4. How this is going to go? So we're going to be drawing teams from each pot one after the other, starting with pot 4 until all of the teams have been drawn from within there. And they'll be going into pods or groups from 1 to 9 as we go. So after we'll do pots 4 and 3, we'll have a little bit of chat. After we do pot 2, you'll have another bit of chat. And then once the hype gets real, we get to pot 1. We'll be analyzing, in short, each group as we find out the full squads of within. So these spots will decide how the teams play during the first 2 days. So that will be 3 games within the groups. And after that, for Saturday and Sunday, there will be created a ranking of each teams based on the scores they got on Thursday and Friday. And from then on, 4 rounds of Swiss pairings. I think I've covered all of that.
Yeah, I'm checking because someone says there is one team missing from pod 2.
Don't say that.
It is possible that it's missing on the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's missing on the screen, but I'm sure we have 9 balls in the bowl or in the basket.
The balls myself.
He counted the balls. He tinkered with the balls. So yeah, so it should be okay. We will see in a moment because I'm quite sure the pods are okay. It might be that the slide is wrong. So yeah, I think we can move on to the actual draw, right?
Yep.
So we will start with pod or basket. Pot. Sorry, pot.
Pots into pods.
That's complicated. So yeah, so we are going to start with number 4, which means that we are going to go through the entire number 4. We are going to assign this to groups. And then once we are done with 4, we will move to 3, and then to 2, and then to 1. So bear with us.
Right, let's begin the draw. I have to be very careful shaking these because the balls aren't very big. All right, I've got my favorite. These aren't heated up or anything, so I don't know who I'm choosing. This is completely fair and random. So the first team is Croatia.
So let's have Croatia move on to
pod number 1.
Pod number 1.
Right. We should have thought of a ball to throw this away.
Yeah, we should have.
Okay, a little bit of a shake. And they actually open quite easily.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I thought it was going to be more.
United Nations 1 go into pod number 2. Israel into pod number 3.
Come on, Israel, move. There you go.
This is a tricky one. It was going so well. Said it too soon. Cyprus, pod number 4.
Oh, by the way, since the draw is happening, I should have shown you this. So
Czechia or Czech Republic,
right.
Go into pod number 5 or 6? 5?
5. Yeah, give me a sec. I'll just sort this out. So Czechia, pod number 5. Yep.
You wanted to say something, or should I finish? Or
no.
Or are you saying as I go?
No, they don't want me to talk. I know there are some people like Dino Co from the Netherlands attending a wedding right now, and he's probably listening with a single ear. So I'm not going to talk too much. Just let's go on with it.
But it's the vision that counts today. How he needs to watch. South Africa, pod number 6. We should have put the names of birds rather than the countries.
Yeah, to be honest, we've worked so hard to get people acquainted with bird names. So blue heron,
crane, crane. I watched it yesterday.
You know better than
United Nations A go into pod 7. And now we've got Bulgaria into pod 8.
Are those bird eggs? No, unfortunately, we couldn't get any birds to eat our pieces of paper, so we had to go with balls. I'm sorry. And thank you for the cool ball drawing. Good job. I mean, Joker is the master of the balls, so all thanks should go to him. So sorry,
Cheers.
what did we pull?
We put Bulgaria into pot 8.
Okay, there we go.
If these were bird eggs, we don't really want PETA coming at us. So
Exactly.
that's that. New Zealand, pod number 9, furthest away, furthest pod. It's all coming together.
All right. Okay, I think we can go ahead and move to the third one and draw the teams.
The guys are
Excited.
excited. They're relishing the ball drawing.
Go ahead.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
exactly. It's like watching Eurovision. And we even have freaking Australia. They came to steal our trophy at the Eurovision. Now they came to steal again. Give me a sec. I'll just put this on the screen. So Norway is the first to draw. Let me jump to my magnificent tool. By the way, our tech priest couldn't be with us, so I'm the tech priest today. That's why it's so sloppy. But we have Norway going into Group 1 together with Croatia.
As you can see, guys, we're quite poor, so we just started the Patreon, and the link should be somewhere.
Smooth, so smooth.
Please do support us if you like what we do. I was going to use a break between these spots to say this, but I just got too excited with the draw, guys. Sorry. Luxembourg, pod number 2.
And I have to say, the balls are actually stolen from my house. I took them out of the dishwasher right before the show. So my wife wasn't too happy with me taking them. Again, use the Patreon to help us buy better baskets next year, perhaps.
But it was after the dishwasher finished, right? Not before it started.
In the middle.
Thanks. Well, Italy.
All right,
Pod
Italy
number
going
3.
to pod number 3.
Oh, this is a big piece of
Yeah,
paper.
this is a big one.
So it's a 2-word nation. Who could it be? Northern Ireland. Going
Northern
into pod 4.
4. Right. There you go.
Latvia.
Fantastic.
Pod number 5.
This is already looking quite interesting, so let's keep it going.
Wales. Pod number 6.
Moving Wales to pod number 6.
Iceland.
Wonderful. The silence is killing me.
Romania. Pod number 8.
All right, let's go Romania. There you go. And the final team.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, we didn't keep track.
Portugal.
Portugal.
Pod number 9.
All right. So, Joker, out of those, which ones for now do you find the most intriguing, most exciting?
I haven't had a chance to look at the personal squad of United Nations A, but these teams are usually quite strong, and having Iceland in one group with them is definitely looking like this could be the group of death. That is the expression that is used, at least in Polish, obviously in Polish language. Never mind. Actually, I can't see them now that you've put it right there.
Yeah, give me a
I can't
second.
read.
Yeah. There you
go. I think that's the only one I've got something to say. Maybe South Wales and Africa is also South Africa and Wales. South Wales is obviously in Australia. That also could be an interesting group. I mean, for the Welsh people, it's pretty close to participate in the numerous UK events, which are highly competitive. I mean, definitely the South African team is very serious in their approach. So I mean, they're laid back, but they're treating it fairly seriously. They've got a coach, etc.
And not just anyone. It's Kyle Grundy. So I mean, that means something. We interviewed them in one of the episodes together with other 4 teams. By the way, this brings me to one more thing. I learned only yesterday that Bulgaria is also in the event, and it's a newcomer as well. I will use this moment right now to apologize to Bulgaria, because had I known earlier, I would have invited you to that episode with the newcomers as well. So I owe you some airtime. I'll find you at the event. If you don't mind, I'll drag you to the studio and we can do some interviews with you, so that, basically we can atone for that mistake. But yeah, South Africa is one of the newcomers, so that will be exciting. Bulgaria, Romania, someone wrote in the chat that it's a local derby. So definitely,
Yes.
We're looking for those. We're excited for any kind of derby over there. New Zealand and Portugal also looking quite amazing. New Zealand is another new event. So a team that has also, well, potentially could be a dark horse, because it's a fairly unknown team that has put a lot of preparation into going into the event. They spar with Israel. So Israel in pod 3, another newcomer that is a complete unknown, and we don't know what they're going to bring. I mean, the lists are up there, so you can probably see them. You can go through the lists, but let's not forget that it's always the magician, not the wand, that wins the games. So let's hope that Israel has a team full of good magicians. Anything else?
Yeah, Team Bulgaria, if you're watching, if you've got the time and space next week, hit us up. We might be able to record something to make up for it.
That's
Tweak is going for a well-deserved holiday, but I've come back, so we have the resources.
I'm going to sit by me, so I might record with one hand and hold a fishing rod with another one. We'll see. But yeah, hit us up, or we will hit you up and try to organize something. I think it's time to move to the next group, right?
Yeah, we've blabbered on, filled some airtime. Let's do it. So that is pot number 2. It would have been a disaster if I got these wrong. Let's drag this one from underneath.
By the way, the quality, it is possible that the quality suffers a little bit because we have a thunderstorm outside. So we're doing our best to have like a clear stream. But if there is a drop of quality, we apologize for it. Hopefully the audio is enough. And then the presentation that I'm doing with the groups and so on, we will immediately share it with Ishik and the WTC team after this stream. So it will be posted on all the social media anyway. So yeah, you will have immediate access to this. By the way, once we are done, feel free to take screenshots and so on, and take this to your teams so you can start preparing.
It's not like we can forbid it. Ireland, pod number 1. Next up, you've got Switzerland going into pod number 2. Greece, the one missing from the slide, goes into pod number 3.
I knew it was somewhere out there.
Denmark, pod number 4.
Wonderful. Loving the chat, by the way.
Austria, pod number 5. That's Austria, not Australia, the one without the kangaroos for the people from the US.
But with great beer.
And schnitzel.
of course.
Finland, pod number 6. Scotland going to pod number 7. Spain, pod number 8. And last but not least, from this pot, Belgium going to pod number 9. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm excited for Scotland, just because I know the Scottish guys have been to Poland to prepare. They've been sparring with the Polish national team and some other national teams. Ines is a good friend of the podcast, so it's going to be exciting to see how Scotland performs. Spain also a very strong competitor, very strong player. So I'm just excited to see how they fare. And I'm sure there is a huge following for the Spanish team, wanting to see how they fare. So yeah, I can't wait to see how they do. Anything from you?
Pod number 7 is looking lit right now. So if I were any of the people from pot 1, I definitely wouldn't want to be thrown in there. I think that's, but obviously Spain, Belgium also very strong teams, just like Denmark. So I think they all got paired into some newcomers. So those teams will definitely have a very valuable test right from the start, within the first 2 days. So I think that's looking very, very interesting.
Absolutely. And I think it's time to go to the last group, I think the sharkiest of Shark Tanks, and no baby shark there. They're just the most ferocious teams out there, the ones probably with the biggest budgets, probably the ones with the most experience as well, the ones that have scored the best in the previous years.
So, and the ones with the biggest mouths.
That too. So yeah, we will get to that in a moment. But yeah, okay, I think we can go ahead.
Right, let's do this. So into pod number 1, we will have, and that would have been easier, Canada. Canada and Ireland, was that a thing, or am I remembering things wrong from the interview we did with Chris and Francois?
I can't remember, to be honest, but definitely Team Canada, packed with talent, packed with, I mean, people that appear on StatCheck, people like Francois, for example, who
people from behind StatCheck as well,
people,
isn't it? Yeah. Jeremy,
yeah, that's
Jeremy,
what I
if
meant.
you're watching.
Exactly. So yeah, as I said, a lot of talent, a lot of skill, winners of tournaments both in Canada and the United States. So definitely a team to be reckoned with.
Definitely. Yep.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, let's move on. Into pod number 2, we have Germany. Ja, gut.
Wirklich fantastisch. All right, so we have another derby because we have Germany and Switzerland, which is looking very, very spicy. Team Germany with a new captain, a refreshed team with a lot of new faces. So definitely could be a dark horse because many of the players, according to their captain, who was very, very, very self-confident in our interview, go back and watch it and check whether he has reasons to be confident. But he said
they do have a referee.
True that. One of the main referee is theirs, but still, nothing. They have nothing against France, who's bringing like 7 or 8 of referees. So, but yeah, Germany always a team to watch for. Again, huge amount of talent. Can't wait to see how they perform. Ausgezeichnet.
Pod number 3 will be joined by Sweden.
Okay. Sweden in pod 3. Any comment there?
Well, Sweden was the most watched interview, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I
So-
was completely shocked by the fact that I was expecting, like I think most people would be, that either Team USA or Team England would take the top when it comes to like viewership. But unfortunately, for some reason, maybe you can explain to us why, Sweden was the most watched and listened episode of the series. Definitely a lot of fun. Definitely a strong team. Definitely a team that has a long WTC/ETC history. Again, strong lists, strong players. One more team that you cannot simply ignore.
And how do you judge their chances? I mean, they've got Greece, a fairly strong team from pot 2. They've got Israel with some very experienced players playing for them. So
yeah, I mean, and Italy. That again, any team here has huge chances. Let's not forget, it's the 10th edition. Everyone had the same amount of time to prepare. Everyone is an unknown because the lists that they are bringing, well, everyone had the same time to be ingenious. Everyone had the same time to be creative. Everyone had the same time to play test their ideas. So you will never know. Like, this year is exceptional in every single aspect, from the new edition to the amount of teams to the amount of newcomers. I mean, anything could happen.
Yep, true that.
Go.
Right, let's go. Let's see who joins pot 4. Let's give these swirl, a shake. Oh no, okay, it fell out. So
The ball decided for you.
yeah, which ball is too eager to be drawn? Of course, it's USA.
Yeah, I am completely
Pick me.
completely not surprised. All right.
USA joined Denmark, Northern Ireland, and Cyprus in pot 4.
Yeah, I mean, USA, one of the teams that is, well, last year they probably had one of the biggest like entourage of people accompanying them. As far as I know, this year it's the same. They're bringing
Another 8 people, I think.
something like that. So a huge amount of coaches, huge amount of, 8 players, obviously. Just a team that has everything. But the role of our podcast here is to prove that the world doesn't end with the United States, and that there are actually good players in other countries as well. So yeah, as I said, anything can happen this year.
Well, definitely Denmark, a very strong team as well. So Cyprus will definitely want to prove a point.
Oh, yeah.
And then you've got Northern Ireland, another country that's close to the UK. So definitely might have the advantage of getting more competitive games more often
True
in
that.
a tournament setting.
Definitely spicy.
Let's move on to see which team joins pot number 5 from pot number 1. And that will be...
Hashtag US Meta Soft. You said that, not us. We're just here to relay it.
Netherlands.
Netherlands. All right, let me move Netherlands to the next group. So we have Czech Republic, Latvia, Austria, and the Netherlands. What do you think about that? Rude boys and the dick. What do you think about that?
I'm honestly not sure. I mean, this is definitely a very interesting one, that from my perspective at least. You got any more insights?
I mean, Czech Republic, I spoke to the representatives of the Czech Republic not so long ago when we were doing the TTS League. I played against Václav from that team. It was great fun. The guys, after a very, I would say, tumultuous history and past, they are coming back to the event. I think they didn't have a team last year, and maybe even 2 years ago. Before that, God knows what happened there. You'll have to catch them to listen to the stories and all the messed up shit that happened with them. So I'm sure they are happy to be back. And facing Netherlands, I mean, Netherlands, one of the top 10 teams from last year, definitely a strong contender. Ruud and the team, they travel around the world to the biggest events in the world. They've been to the UK at the LGT that we covered last year. I think they were at the LVO as well. They scrimmed with Poland, I'm sure, not once. So yeah, a team with a lot of experience, a lot of hours put into preparation.
They also organized an 8v8 during the year themselves. They've attended an 8v8 closed invitational kind of tournament in Poland as well.
Correct.
So they're definitely ones that have put in a lot of practice.
Yeah. So let's see if it pays off.
Right, let's move on.
Just 4 teams left.
Just 4 teams left. And no, I want to say the whole of last year's podium, but we've already drawn Germany.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we've got France, Australia, Poland, and England left. So big names there. And we have Poland going into pod number 6.
All right. Any comments on this? Maybe something about Poland, if nothing else.
About Poland? Well, Poland is a nice country.
Yeah, we know something about it.
Yeah, I can't wait to read the reactions from the guys. And I think that's all I'm going to say.
What did you say?
That I can't wait to read the reaction from the guys in Team Poland.
Right, sorry, I just blacked out for a moment there because I was looking at the chat. Again, Poland, 4 years now, trying to secure the first place. Last year, stolen from Poland by Australia in the final, but that was the final of the finals. Definitely an amazing game. Some bets won, some bets lost, as far as I know. But again, people involved.
New bets this year.
And there are new bets this year. But the bet last year, I heard it was not very tasty. But again, the people involved will probably tell you more about it. So let's not go there. So yeah, so we have South Africa, Wales, Finland, and Poland. Sounds like a very, very spicy group again. Moving on.
Just 3 teams left.
Oh boy, but what teams those are.
Into pod number 7. France.
All right, so France, again, another team that we have interviewed. A really interesting interview that shows how structured, how incredibly structured their system for choosing the national team, for choosing the captain is. In that interview, we talk about their immense budget, probably the team with one of the biggest budgets going into the WTC. It's like, well, professional, not yet, but semi-professional, hell yeah. They have everything to take the first place this year. Again, hundreds, if not thousands of hours of preparation, international events, local team leagues, local individual leagues. It's just crazy how well organized France is, and probably that they set an example for every other team out there on how to prepare for a team's event. Anything from you?
Well, yes, all that you said is true, but they're not going to have it easy in the pod round. So I think that's definitely like the toughest group that's in there
so far.
So it's it'll be challenging for the French team, even if they have an advantage of sorts. And I think anyone could win this one.
Yeah, France versus Scotland is definitely something that you don't want to miss. So yeah, make sure that you bookmark all the streaming services and all the streaming channels that we mentioned earlier, so that you can get good coverage of that. And then
they
again,
will probably be available or streamed by French War Gaming Studio.
Yeah,
I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
I'm sure. And then we are also going to be there to report it. Remember that the Contact Loss podcast will be there at the event as well. We will be doing the studio, so probably some interviews and conversations going into the round and then coming out of the round. So yeah, we will make sure to grab some players that maybe finish sooner and do some interviews with them. So definitely a lot of stuff is going to be happening there, and we will be there to cover it for you.
So watch out for us. Right, so Australia or England? Which one's it going to be? Maybe you want to give it a go at playing with both. on,
Yeah, I
on
haven't
the stream.
played with the balls yet. So, oh, look, another eagle one.
Wow,
Look, just
single
single
handed.
hand.
Pro, we've got a pro over here.
And we have the team with the best hashtag going into the event, which is hashtag May the best team win. May the best team win is the hashtag. Nothing else. I haven't heard any other hashtags. So
if no one from the team is playing It's Coming Home at the event, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, so England, I mean, everyone knows England. They really want to bring it home this year. But they have a couple of, like, Spain, Romania, Bulgaria, good teams to actually forbid them doing that. But England is a team that everyone needs to take into account in their preparations. A team packed to the brim with celebrities. We have Vic Vijay, we have Mani Chima, many other people that somehow disappeared from my head right now. But no, the team packed to the brim with celebrities that play in the WTC tournaments. I think they also travel abroad to international events.
LVO, etc.
Yeah, they are really pushing the team events now to have more and more of them, to get well prepared and so on. They have boot camps, just crazy amount of preparation going into the event, and a crazy and absolutely insanely huge amount of talent on that team. So yeah, I don't think we need to say anything more.
And a lot to prove, considering last year's result, which they definitely want to improve on.
Yeah, so again, we should be unbiased, but fingers crossed for all the teams, but also England. Yeah, do your best.
Who could this be? Australia. Last year's winners are incidentally the last team that is drawn from the pots going into pot 9. And man, being in the same group as New Zealand, I mean, that would be a bummer for the New Zealanders. I remember that we once went to the Prague Open, I think in 2019 or 18. And out of 20 teams attending, 7 of them were Polish, and my team played a Polish team in 3 out of 5 rounds. I was like, what's the point of going? Hopefully, I mean, fortunately, there are 7 rounds, so I'm sure the people from New Zealand, led by team captain Nairi, will not be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, Australia last year took everyone by surprise, not with their skill, because everyone knew that they are skilled players, but they took everyone by surprise with their lists. They are known for ingenuity. They are known for creativity in list building. Again, the lists are already available for you to see. I think so. So you can check them out yourselves. Some amazing players on the team, not only because they won last year, but also because I think Matt Morozoli is part of Art of War. Liam Hackett is just like number one in War Masters last year, and then they also took the first place in teams. I mean, an amazing team, and people who are just fun to play with and fun to spend time with. So whoever is playing them in that group will definitely not have a bad time unless they lose. But we cannot forget about Belgium. I mean, Belgium is also a really strong team. Last year, paired with Poland in the first game, I think, which was a surprise to everyone. This year, I'm sure they will put up a fight against Australia as well.
I think you wanted to say that they stole a draw, or did you say that? And I
didn't? No, I didn't.
so that was the surprise, I think, not just that they were playing against each other. Nevertheless, yes, Australia, Belgium, definitely a game to watch out for as well. A lot of talent in there.
Wait, how do I do that? How do I put this on the screen so it?
What do you want to put on the screen?
No, this is not perfect. Yeah, I'll just leave the groups for everyone to. Now is the time to take screenshots if you haven't already. So make sure that you screenshot the hell out of this. Share it with your teams. Share it with your team members. Put it on social media, because I'm sure Ishik is going to do that as well.
Do we have the order of the round? No, we don't. But the guys, Ishik, Neil, and Tom, they might already have it written out. So I'm sure that will be available real soon.
Yeah, I'm just going through the chat to see if there's anything that we need to bring up or any questions that are there. Yeah, Nihao. So do that. New Zealand and Australia will fly half the world to play each other. I guess you have to blame us for this, but oh well. You could see that it was completely random. We didn't do anything. We didn't rig it, as some previous American presidents would say. So it was all legal, and the Bulls just wanted it that way, I guess.
Yes, no balls were exceedingly robbed before the draw.
And no balls were harmed in the making of this stream.
None of them are broken.
None of them
It's
were
a
broken.
success.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking if there is anything else. You have to, Chris Haynes. You have to listen to your balls. I mean, obviously.
That's true. Yeah, that's the only way you can play this game.
All right. So I think we know everything now. As I said before, but it's going to be repeated many, many, many times again. It's looking like the strongest.
I'm loving the hashtag. To put it on the screen, please. The boss wanted it.
Exactly.
That's
something that we need to write down and keep using.
Whatever you score, that's your either explanation or the reason you won, the reason you lost, whatever you want.
Yeah, please.
Explanation, excuse.
Please don't trademark this hashtag. We are going to be using it extensively during the studio at the WTC. I'm just loving it. So, yeah, Joker playing with balls was fun. We'll make sure that
I'm happy you enjoyed it.
There will be more of it during the stream from the event as well. It's looking like an insane event to have, insane event to be at, and an insane event to follow. So make sure that you do one more time. Contact Lost, so ourselves, will be doing the studio. War Games Live is doing the live coverage, so subscribe to them to make sure that you get the latest and greatest. French Wargaming is another channel in French if you want to follow in that language. Target Priority from Germany if you want the coverage in German, and at high quality as well, because they put so much effort and so much time into preparation that it's just amazing. And last but not least, Cobrador. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing this right.
That sounded very Spanish.
My Spanish classes 20 years ago are paying off right now. I think this is it.
Did I tell you that Contact Loss started a Patreon?
No, you didn't. Tell me all about it.
So they have started Patreon. It's a cool show. Check it out. Run by a bald guy and by another guy that still has some hair on his head. With the Patreon comes also a Discord channel, and at one of the levels. And at yet a different level, there's also some contactless merch. So if you opt for that one, you will actually be the first person to have this merch, because we don't have any contactless merch as of today. So it will. I will say more. It will be made specifically for you.
Yeah. So I didn't want him to mention that because we really don't have anything prepared yet. But it's coming. So yeah. So if you sign up and so on, we will be actually forced to make it. So we will deliver.
You killed the Spanish, and also someone just subbed for some dice, so it was worth mentioning. All the time we've been here, it was worth it. Just for that. Thanks. DMVDH.
That's a cool nickname. All right. So I think that's it. I think it's time to say good luck. It's time to say enjoy. Yeah. Have fun at the event. And we will see you there. And we will report on it.
It's just 2 weeks away. Lists are now live. What more can I say? It is time
to finish the stream. It's been great fun. We hope you had great fun as well. We hope the quality was good. Let us know in the comments if there is anything that you feel we could improve. And yeah, until next time.
We need to work on the finishing each other's sentences, because that's not where I was going. That was Tweak, also known as Tomek, because we're starting to use our names now, apparently. I am Joker, also known as Michał. Thank you, guys, and good night.
Good night, guys. Bye.